Hi JoshGen, my name is Naoko Albertyn from Stellenbosch JoshGen. I would like to share with you today about leading our children into more of Jesus. As Christian parents, we all hope our children to grow up in the ways of God and to follow Jesus. Before the lockdown, we could send our children to children's ministry while we sit in our meeting. And JoshGen Kids has been a great support to our children's spiritual walk with God. Now, with this lockdown, we cannot really send our children to kids ministry while we are sitting in our own meeting. So some of us might be feeling stuck what to do with our children and with their spiritual walk. So here are 3 tips on leading our children into more of Jesus. Number 1, to get connected with our children at emotional level. The way we relate with our children, friendship and trust we create with them have direct impact on how our children experience who God is. If our children experience that we really enjoy spending time with them and love listening to their stories, they will see it as God also enjoys spending time with them and loves listening to their stories. So it is worthwhile pausing our busy day and just take even 10 or 15 minutes, but focus and listening to our children's stories and just having genuine conversation with them, show interest in them, ask them how their day been, how they are doing. Because we are showing the heart of God through our conversation with our children, through the way we relate with them. Number 2, we should include our children into our faith journey. Even when we face difficulties and challenges, rather be honest to our children and say, this situation is very difficult for us, but God can bring solutions, but God can bring breakthroughs. For instance, out of our own testimonies, we really wanted to have a second car and we didn't have money to buy another car. I specifically wanted to have 4x4. So I was praying, and also we've asked our children to pray with us for another car. A year later, someone gave us a car, but that was the answer to our prayers. And our children knew that was because we prayed and they were part of the journey. So in this way, they could taste God's goodness with us. So we as parents should create opportunities for our children to taste God's goodness. So when we face difficulties, it is actually an opportunity because we know God always comes through to us. Number 3, to create the Holy Spirit friendly atmosphere at home or at church. More than 1,000 information about Jesus. What our children really need is to have an encounter with Jesus or to experience tangible presence of God. So as a congregation, we have decided to have children's meeting on a Saturday once a month because we really want them to experience God and not just to give information about Jesus. We decided we want to create an atmosphere where it will be easier for our children to experience the Holy Spirit. So last Saturday was our first children's meeting, and Mervis and Sonia came over to minister over our children. All the family had their own blanket, and the meeting lasted about an hour and a half. To our surprise, no children got bored. They behaved so well, and they were actually engaging to what was happening. And some children even had seen a picture God had shown them, and they drew a picture of what they had seen. And many of our children received prophecy about them, and it was very special to them and to their parents. So even at home, we can invite the Holy Spirit. We can trust God to speak to us about our children, to prophesy over our children. We can always sing praises as we do dishes and as we cook. In this way, we can create the atmosphere in our house where the Holy Spirit can really come and minister over to us and to our children. Bless you.